Did you ever take any Jewish studies classes?
I think I only took one officially, actually, which was the class that I took last summer that went to Prague and Krakow that was looking at, what specifically was it looking at? It was looking at, I think it was basically just looking at the like Jews within Eastern Europe and like an overarching, basically like general history course, and obviously dealt a lot with the Holocaust, but also pre and after, and that was a really interesting experience. But
so what was the program, and can you describe where you went and what you did? And
Sure, yeah. So that was it was a short field study, and so we went to Prague and other cities in the Czech Republic, as well as Krakow, and I think that's the only place that we went in Poland that we like went extensively to, actually. And we looked at a lot of basically like the relics or the historical Jewish stuff in terms of like synagogues that had survived the Holocaust. And I didn't know that like Hitler had designated Prague as to be like a sort of like living museum of Jewish culture, which I found like really sinister and really weird that you don't find out that that's why it's so pristine, because everyone's like, oh, Prague, it's so beautiful, like, you know, it's amazing how intact its medieval architecture is and everything, and then you find out why, and it's just like really disturbing. But we did see a lot of really interesting things through that. And then what I was way more struck by, though, and that was like really like pretty life-changing actually, was because I guess other classes that I had taken had dealt peripherally with the theme, with like, I guess with like Jewish identity in some senses, but the narrative that I had always gotten was like very Holocaust-centric and very much about how, very much, yeah, very, obviously very like tragic, very heavy, very like, this very sad and very, yeah. And then going to Eastern Europe, and we visited Auschwitz, and we went to concentration camps and all of it, right? And we, yeah, like met some survivors and, you know, the whole shebang. But we also met a bunch of like contemporary Jewish communities within, I like specifically remember one in Krakow, which was really like thriving, and there were like young people, and it was really, it had like a really, it was like pretty amazing, because it was, I think the way we met them was first we went to one of the Jewish history museums there, and then through that, one of the owners, I think, invited us to like a dinner at their synagogue. I think, yeah, Shabbat dinner later at their synagogue, and so we met people through that, and it was like a lot more similar to the Shabbat dinners that I've been going to at my school than I ever expected, in terms of like, you know, the same like homey, talkative, like, not just like light vibe, but also like kind of rich, you know, like in terms of you'd have like good conversations with people, not just shallow like party conversations, and like with people that you just met, and like people would like obviously be willing to joke with you like as soon as they met you, or like talk about things that mattered to them, but it wasn't overbearing. It was just like really welcoming and really, and like again, I felt very at home, and so I was like, wow, this is really striking that this is so similar, and I like didn't, yeah. There's also a klezmer festival going on there for like a week-long thing, which was very like joyous. And so I guess all of this contributed to my, like, me getting a really different impression of Jewish identity within, at least within Prague and Krakow that I visited, contemporary Jewish identity of like, there seemed to be a lot of focus on like healing, I guess. Like I remember hearing that word, about like reclaiming Jewish identity to be about people who are also living now, as well as honoring like the past. So it was very, I don't know, that was just really, really interesting.